Today is April 8th, 2026, and the corporate coup has started. Instant effect. Let's call it what it is. Kevin Conlley, manager of Edgar Belanga, and Richardson Africa Hutchins have officially moved over to Zuffa. So that means my man Edgar Belanga will no longer be fighting at the super middleweight level. He won't. He's walking around at 188 right now, so you're saying he's going to be fighting like the likes of, who would you say? Benavidez, Bivol, Ja. That could be the possible opponent for Ja right there. But this gives you the overall feeling that these fighters are more chasing the bag, which you can never get mad at, over legacy, over chance to be great. Edgar already has two losses. The last loss very controversial for the fact that he said that his opponent's gloves were laced or they had something in the gloves. He's saying he'd never been hit like that before. Or to Edgar not fully training for that fight, taking the fight for granted. I can't tell you either way. But now he's officially moved over to Zuffa, rumored to get a $10 million bag. Someone said it's life changing. Kevin Conlley has also moved Richardson, the 140 IBF champion, to Zuffa 2, which was already really reported and kind of rumored to be. Thus, he didn't take the Duarte fight. Let's play devil's advocate here. I think the contract with Zuffa wasn't all the way official. He got worried about the jaw stuff, the belt stuff. Everything's come to fruition now, kind of, about IBF and what they're going to do. IBF took the belt from Ja, saying he didn't fight somebody in a timely fashion. So Richardson has kind of a blueprint now. I'm never going to say he's ducking somebody or scared of somebody, but making a cautious move, we will say he did make by not fighting Duarte. He weighed in before. He looked a little weight drained when I saw him. I got Africa. What you doing?
Richardson Hutchins. The same and even 140 for the defending world champion, Richardson Hutchins. And now both fighters to face off for the final time.
He then came in the next morning, weighed in again, passed it, and then became sick. Not saying anything suspicious there, but the IBF did ask for the paperwork saying his sickness and everything that goes along with him being able to pull out the fight. With all that said, did Kevin Conlley make a master move? Because he still has one more big piece that he can bring over to Zuffa, which has been much reported. Teofimo Lopez to Zuffa. He's been at a few of their events. He's known, basically the one that they had right after his loss to Shakur Stevenson. He was at that fight. I think that was Zuffa, I want to say 4. Because we just had 5. My boy, Mark Magnifico, doing his thing. We'll get back to that. Keith Connolly has officially made that coup. Formerly good friends with Eddie Hearns, Matchroom Boxing. He's taking these fighters right here, Richardson and Edgar Belanga, with possibly T.O. in the works, over to Zuffa, leaving one of his main pieces, women's fighter, Alicia Bungardner, who is fighting April 17th. So you keep a key piece out of the situation. Yes, there is no women's league in Zuffa yet, but he keeps her separate from the men. Is it a reason? We'll get back to that. I don't know. It's all speculation, but it's all factual though, because we do our research here at BH. So with that move on the table, we're seeing Belanga having to move at 175. We'll say he's going to fight at 175-ish, if not bigger. So he's going to have to fight the big boys now. You see Edgar Belanga just coming out with a brand new song, Baby Mama. We saw Hitchinson, we saw T.O., we saw a lot of people dancing to the song, enjoying the song. It's not a bad song. But is this a sign that I'm taking the bag and I'm going to be comfortable? I'm still going to fight. I'm still going to do it, but I'm going to do it at my pace, my time, my leisure? Or is it going to be like a professional thing? I don't know. This all just, I don't know. I like where it's going though. I mean, we're seeing a lot of pieces fall into the right places because, quite as kept, Top Rank and Matchroom they've got pretty much a friendship jumping off right now. They got some kind of cohesiveness, we'll say, because Todd D, who I told you I've liked before, smooth dude, great talker, very intellectual. I see a vision taker. Has matched up with Eddie Hearns, and they gave us one super fight. Xander versus Boots. People were wondering, does Eddie really love Boots, or how does he feel about Boots? I think this gives you a good indication how Boots is going to play into the Matchroom's future. How Zayas really has nothing to lose with this fight, him being much younger, 23. People still think kind of raw, kind of like an Abdullah Mason. But he is a champion in a stacked division, so he's going to have to fight. He wants to fight, and that's something we always want from our champions. We don't want them to get hurt. We don't want them to get damaged, but you want to take a risk. This is a gentleman's sport to a corrupt sport. A gentleman's sport to a corrupt sport. So you're going to see some corrupt things jumping off here. I think this is a smart move by Golden Boy, by Queensbridge, by Top Rank, to hook up with Dazen. You see, the only company kind of out the mix of this would be PBC, but they're still playing. They got Benavidez, one of their main stars. She's going to be coming up in that main event May 2nd, I believe. Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll be there for the weigh-ins and all that. But he's doing co-promotion. All these cats are doing co-promotions. And the company I see working the best with everybody, Top Rank, Todd D, BA, Bob Arum, they're doing their thing, man. They're moving and grooving. They're keeping this boxing thing live, vibrant, and keeping it competitive. I don't disagree with Dana's overall feel, because I think it's always a great thing when you have healthcare, when you have insurance, when you have a place to train and you don't have to pay for it. You have the equipment to train at the top rank levels. This is what Zuffa is providing for these boxers. So let's not say Zuffa is all negative. Let's not say it's all plus. But these are some of the things that you have to keep in account. You look at this UFC model, unless you're just that top tier person where you have that great personality, where you have that great showman style, where you have just that basically A's across the board, are you going to have big contracts like a Ronda Rousey or a Conor McGregor? You see John Jones, he's still struggling. I don't cover UFC, but I just cover the highlights. So somebody like a Richardson, Africa, fighting a Duarte, it's kind of a lose-lose situation, because yes, you win the fight, but you're probably gonna get some injuries. You're gonna get some damage. Duarte's not gonna come out that fight with just a L. I think he's gonna inflict some pain, some damage on his opponent, and you're gonna be showed up for a few months, because you're gonna probably get the 45-day suspension because of health purposes. And you're just going to have to not be functional. This way with Zuffa, you're going to stay busy. You're going to already have the money in your pocket. And you don't have to worry about other stuff. You could be the first of your kind. Because let's say Zuffa does blow, you're going to be the very first world champion. Richardson's not going to be fighting at 140 anymore. He's going to be fighting at 147. And that's a stacked class, but not really a stacked class because who do you really have? You have Keyshawn. You maybe have Ryan Garcia. You have Keyshawn. You have a Devin. You got those 3 fights right there, but who's gonna cross the line and fight with Zuffa? So you have a chance to face maybe like a Mark Magnifico and some of the other characters. Maybe that other dude to fight in the main event of that card, Zuffa 5. I'm not familiar with his name that well. It was an okay fight. Like I said, I think Mark Magnifico stole the card. But all these little things are coming into play right now as of April 8th, 2026. And we gotta see where they all fall out to. But this lands with BH/Bay Bias. I'm gonna keep you abreast of everything I know when I know it. Love, peace, protect your mental. Love, peace, protect your mental, because these are crazy times right now. Yes, we are at war. So this lands with BH/Bay Bias. Ding! And I'm out. And protect your mental.